What is up, YouTube world? It's Coffee back with another one, man. We got an NFL blog, some NFL news for you guys out there. So get in the comments, let's talk. Don't forget the buttons. But jumping right into things, man, the Arizona Cardinals, we know, have a lot of talent over there, man. And just like my Buffalo Bills over there in the AFC, over there in the NFC, they're one of the favorite teams, I would say. You know what I mean? Comment, let me know if you guys would agree. Definitely one of the top teams in the NFC. We just saw Kyler Murray this offseason get a big payday, you know what I'm saying? Big contract and everything. But at wide receiver, kind of some complications, or, it's a tough situation going on, if you will. And what I'm speaking of is obviously DeAndre Hopkins. Hell of a wide receiver, man. I hate, if you guys pay attention to all the different images and stuff popping up on the screen, you guys know he caught that Hail Murray. There was all those conspiracy channels talking about, he had the magnets in the glove, y'all. That was a setup, right? As they beat my Bills right as well, not as time expired, but pretty much. I believe there was a kickoff after that. But nonetheless, that was like, we were on fire that year. Had we not lost that game, we were on a ridiculous winning streak. I believe we would have finished 14-2 without that loss. But, they won the game. They got the job done. It is what it is. It's just still hard to watch, right? 3 guys on him, and he comes down with the ball. But he's going to be starting this season with a 6-game suspension as he tested positive for PEDs, right? Then you got Christian Kirk, another receiver who was doing big things with the Cardinals, a top talent out of their wide receiver course. Well, he left and signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which, man, obviously that's got to be about the money, right? Because that team was a goddamn mess. So it's like, damn, two top receivers, one suspended, one left the team. Obviously, comment to Cardinals fans or just football fans in general, who are keeping an eye on everything going on with the roster. You guys see some players over there that may emerge as like a sleeper and, do their thing at wide receiver, who everyone is not aware of at the moment. Comment, let's talk about it. But to fill the gap, with DeAndre out and losing some other wide receiver talent, they made a pretty big trade as they traded a first-round pick to the Ravens to get Antonio Brown, AB's cousin, Marquise Brown, a.k.a. Hollywood Brown, who, if you guys recall, before AB got back in the league and, got the Super Bowl ring with the Buccaneers, only to run off the field last season, go on a viral campaign, everything from running it up with OnlyFans stars, doing podcasts dissing Tom Brady, hell, even hanging out with Whack 100 in the game and a bunch of individuals trying to, get to his music thing, which I still stand on it. Antonio Brown's music is garbage. And, real quick, I don't want to get too far off track, but that was all a PR stunt. AB didn't want to play football no more. That wasn't that whole ankle hurt and they were forcing him to play. He never produced the MRI. He just came with some fake ass texts, just like his treatment card. You know what I mean? Because come on, man, you're going to run off the field and pull that whole viral stunt. But you, right at the same time that night, you drop a new song. Come on. Then you got all these appearances lined up at strip clubs. Hell, even getting with DJ Clue, the podcast, everything. You do all that just on a humbug. Nah, man, you had that all lined up. You were ready to go. You were trying to become the next big internet sensation. And didn't really work that well for him. And made him look like a jackass, more of a jackass than he already has in his career. But anyways, we're not talking about AB. We're talking about Hollywood Brown. But like I said, the reason AB's name came up was because that whole Buccaneers deal. There was all kinds of reports that Hollywood Brown was lobbying him and him and Lamar were lobbying to get Antonio Brown in Baltimore. Didn't happen. But anyways, he's traded to the Cardinals. They're like, okay, Hollywood Brown can hold us over till DeAndre gets back from suspension. Well, now he got arrested, and I don't know, could he end up facing suspension for this? I'm saying probably not, but who knows? Maybe. I don't know, and the specifics of what exactly happened are not out yet. But basically, he was arrested for a traffic violation, but at the same time, it's a criminal charge, and that is criminal speeding, right? So you're like, what? What the fuck is that? Well, basically, in the state of Arizona, this happened at 7:05 a.m. He was booked into the Maricopa County Jail and everything. Not positive he posted bail or not yet, but I'm sure if he didn't or hadn't, it was only because he didn't get in front of a judge yet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The bail can't be that high. I'm sure he probably is already bailed out. But basically, in Arizona, if you go more than 20 miles over the speed limit, that's criminal speeding. If you go over 85 miles at all in the state of Arizona, 85 miles per hour, that's criminal speeding. Or if you go 35 miles over the speed limit in a school zone, that is also criminal speeding. So not major news, but when you hear this and you know what I'm saying, I'm asking like, damn, could this be another tough situation for Arizona at wide receiver? Could Hollywood Brown, who's seeming to be their temporary number one to start the season, be suspended? Like, it sounds ridiculous over speeding, but again, I don't know the specifics. Maybe he was going 85 miles per hour, weaving, driving recklessly. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe there's more to this where he did some old reckless-ish and then he possibly could be suspended. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm not hoping for that. I'm just, pointing out the fact that this is extremely rare. You see the media is pointing that out as well out of Arizona. They're like, damn, people never get booked on this. Like, what's the deal here? Did he just mouth off to the cops when they went to write him a ticket? Like, what exactly is the case? But, maybe it's not that serious. And, I'm thinking a little far too into it. But one thing I will point out is that the media is definitely seizing the opportunity to be like, oh, man, Hollywood Brown, Marquise Brown, doing his best Antonio Brown impression. Oh, he's acting like his cousin. Is this guy got an attitude problem, this, that, and that? They're like, yo, cut the guy a break, man. Like, we don't know exactly what happened. And, someone might say, well, Coffee, then why are you getting all extra out with it? The only reason that I really took notice to this is because him being that temporary number one receiver with all the ish they got going on already. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Tap in, comment, let me know what you guys think. And, anyone catching this video, drop it in the comments who your favorite team is. And make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're going to be having so much NFL content all season long. And we're going to have live streams where you can call in. It's a lot of fun. And we cover a lot of other topics on this channel as well. I always say music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. So I look forward to seeing your guys' comments. But before I close this out, I got one more quick topic that I wanted to touch on. And this video, or this segment of the video, was directly inspired by this comment left by Scott Crane. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, but he is most definitely Bills Mafia. Shout out to all my fellow Bills fans out there. Really hope to hear from you guys in the discussion as well. But, this was on a video that I did about, Andre Reed seemingly trying to recruit OBJ to the Bills. And in it, comment thread, he left a comment and said, keep up the good work. I just hit that subscribe button. Happy birthday, Marv. Go Bills. So, Marv Levy, took us to them 4 Super Bowls. Yeah. I know we didn't win. But, I mentioned him in that video as to how we got that ring coming. We got that Lombardi trophy coming. And I was just saying how, in my opinion, obviously, these guys, this squad right now is something special, and they're out there working their ass off, you know what I mean, and staying focused and just really have great chemistry as a team. Morale is very high with this Bills team. I've said that time and time again. It's so dope what this Bills squad has going on. But I happen to say that it'll be cool to hopefully see Jim Kelly, Thurman, Andre Reed, Biscuit, Don Beebe already got a ring somewhere else. Steve Tasker, Odom, Phil Hansen, Bruce, all them guys, you know what I'm saying, vicariously live through this team as well, possibly be out on the field with them. I can't wait to see it all happen, because it's happening. Believe that. And Marv Levy was one of the names that I threw in there as well. Like, shout out to Marv. I hope Marv gets to hoist that trophy as well, or just be a part of it all, I mean, again, I'm not trying to take anything away from these current Bills players, but I'd like to see the OGs out there with them as well. And, with that, he shouted out Marv and said happy birthday and everything. Marv, old as hell, so that's what I'm hoping too, that he gets to see them win the Super Bowl in his lifetime. Again, something I mentioned in that previous video was it was a damn shame that, Ralph Wilson passed before we broke that playoff drought. But anyway, something that I wanted to touch on that this comment inspired me to speak on in this video about Marv Levy. Another great thing he did for this organization is he recruited Fred Jackson. You know what I mean? A guy that's very special to Bills fans. I always, when his name gets brought up, always still mention that. I hate the way he, who was when Rex was coach, that we cut him. You know what I mean? They told all the fans, oh, he's safe, he ain't going nowhere, and we cut him right before the season kicked off. He got to reunite with Lynch out there in Seattle. It just sucked to see. I hated it. You know what I'm saying? Fred Jackson was supposed to retire a Buffalo Bill. I think still technically he did the one-day thing and all that, but I don't know. It just was heartbreaking. This guy was amazing. He meant so much to this team. I mean, we love our Bills, but like Fred Jackson is truly one of the most special guys. You know what I'm saying? A 29-year-old rookie, Division III college, NFL Europe, indoor football league with the Sioux City Bandits and everything. And, where Marv Levy comes into play is, as we know, Marv Levy's alma mater is always recognized as Harvard. But aside from Harvard, he also went to Cole College, which is where, Fred Jackson went. And Fred Jackson, that's a D3 school, tore it up, obviously, with Cole College. And, most definitely Levy, keeps in touch and tapped into what's going on with their football program, and obviously had his eye on Fred Jackson and got him into training camp. And you'll see some different stuff popping up on the screen. This is obviously old as hell. This is when Fred Jackson got that big extension with the Bills, bought his mama the house and everything. You see in the interview, he's directly asked, hey, what's the deal like if Marv didn't get you tapped in, you know what I'm saying, with camp and everything? Do you think things would be very different in your life for you right now? And he absolutely 100% agreed that Marv Levy was the guy that made that happen for him. I mean, we know Fred went out there and did the work, busted his ass, never quit, and, made it happen physically, you know what I mean, going out there and doing the damn thing. But Marv Levy had his eye out for the talent coming out at Cole College. So that was always dope and a great story to me. I mean, again, Fred Jackson, just, you talk about like hard work and never giving up and everything. Like this guy's story, someone needs to make a Fred Jackson movie. I mean, I know there isn't no epic ending and everything like that where he wins the Super Bowl or anything like that, but hell, Rudy got a damn movie for getting one sack, and from what I've always heard, that movie really exaggerated, stretched the truth a bit. Who was it? Was it Montana or Young or someone was talking about they were at Notre Dame when that all happened, and they said it was more like guys were joking around when they carried him off the field. You know what I mean? Like Fred Jackson really was a D3 guy who not just made it to the NFL, was amazing in the NFL. This guy was an all-around running back, could block, catching passes out of the backfield, spotting blitzes, you know what I'm saying? All that, everything he did it amazing. And another dope thing, when we did cut him, like I said, he went and reunited with Marshawn Lynch in Seattle. There was another team that came knocking, and that was our arch rivals, as I always put it, like Satan to me. Belichick and the Patriots at that time, still Brady. They said, yo, Fred, come over here. Come be a Patriot. And he was like, nah, B, I'm good. I'm going to Seattle. But Scott, thank you for leaving that comment again. You inspired this part of the video. I got to close this thing out, but, you know, just wanted to point out that Marv Levy, Fred Jackson connection. And do you guys remember, again, that 2011 season coming out of the lockout where we started out undefeated and beat the Patriots at home in dramatic comeback fashion? Fred Jackson got called down on the one, and we got that field goal. You guys remember that was the only time I ever seen where a coach was trying to challenge that he did score a touchdown. Belichick was, because he wanted the ball back. But that season, Freddie was killing it out there. And at the time he got hurt, he was the MVP of the NFL. You know what I mean? As we know, he broke his leg. Fitz played with broken ribs. Ish ended ugly. But, you know, that season, I know the whole coulda, shoulda, woulda thing and all that, but for real, Freddie would have been MVP. So thanks for watching. Sub to the channel. Hit the comments. Can't wait to talk to all you guys. It's Coffee signing out, and I'm gone. Peace.